So welcome friends. Today we'll start with a new topic called as it is 5.4, that is excretion. Okay, we already done with respiration and also with the remaining process like nutrition and all these things. So we have missed transportation. So first of all we'll go with the excretion. Okay, so excretion is different in two ways in both unicellular organisms and also multicellular organisms. It is both way different. So how can we see this like this is just like a nutrition or something else like that? We see excretion is different in both unicellular and multicellular, because multicellular organism there are specialized structures called as kidneys. Means there is a process called as excretion through a basic unit of the cell of the kidney is called as a nephron. So through nephron, they take place a process called as excretion in multicellular organisms. But in case of unicellular organisms, it occurs mainly by simple diffusion method. Okay, simple diffusion method. It means a movement of diffusion is a movement of solute or particles from a higher concentration to the lower concentration. It is called as diffusion. So the process of diffusion which occurs in unicellular organisms has been utilized by the human beings artificially through a process called as dialysis. So dialysis is nothing but a diffusion process which takes place artificially in human beings, where the patients or human beings, the kidneys are failed or kidneys are not properly working. In those patients, they go with the artificial process of simple diffusion called as dialysis or hemodialysis. Here they have given in the side. I kept a table of artificial kidney or hemodialysis. This process mainly takes by a process called as hemodialysis, where there is a movement of solutes or particles or excretory materials which are present in the body in a patient of failed kidneys. So they automatically diffuse through the first chamber into the second chamber. So this is called as artificial kidney or hemodialysis, which cost almost 6 to 7,000 per session. This session takes place for 4 hours, and it is done weekly thrice or weekly 4 times also in those patients who had kidneys are failed. Okay, this is not up to your relevance, or this is not up to your basic standards, so you can leave it aside. Okay, the next thing is how the excretion happens and how it takes place in human beings. Okay, the waste material which is produced during respiration or during photosynthesis in animals especially, or many metabolic activities takes place in the body. What are the food we eat, whatever the muscles will release, all these metabolic waste materials which are converted into nitrogenous waste products. This nitrogenous waste products is highly damageable to the brain, so it should be eliminated eventually from the body through kidney in the process of urination. So this should be happen. The nitrogen waste product should be excreted outside from the body into urine through a process called as urination. This is must and should. If that does not happen, the nitrogen waste product which is produced from the various metabolic activities, they go into these nitrogenous metabolic waste products are highly toxic to brain structures. They damage the neurons which are present in the body. So with this, the neurotransmission inhibited, and the body patient may go into metabolic coma. So the nitrogen waste products which is produced in the metabolic activities, they should be eliminated. Okay, and this nitrogenous waste product which is produced during all this process, these are eliminated by the body through a biological process, through a process called as excretion. And this is the definition of excretion. The biological process in which the nitrogen waste material which is excreted from the body is called as excretion. So we will go into deep into the excretion methods and how it take place, what are the structures involved in this excretion. Okay, then now we'll go into the basic structures. What are the structures present in the process of elimination? First of all, I will write a diagram for you, just you go with that. Okay, we have two kidneys. From the two kidneys, there are two long structures which come down. They are called as ureters. This is kidneys. From the ureter, there comes a trigonal structure called as urinary bladder. From the urinary bladder, there comes a long structure called as urethra. Urethra is long in men and urethra is short in women. So because of urethra is short in women, they usually come with urinary infections, and frequently urethra is long in males, so it is they prevent from urinary infections in men. But in women it is short, so they leads to UTI, urinary tract infections. Okay, the kidney. This is the kidney, and these are both ureters and urinary bladder and urethra. This is the basic structure of the kidney apparatus. Now, in the kidney, we will cut one structure. We will cut the top of the or anywhere we will cut the kidney, and if we see in the microscope, we will find a structure called as this is glomerular capsule, and we will get a long tubular structure, and from this tubules arise, and these tubules come out like this. This is called as glomerular capsule. Okay, this is a long connecting tubules, and this is collecting duct tubules. These tubules are more in depth in intermediate, or you will get somewhere else in a MBBS or like that. So these tubules are long, and this is a glomerular capsule, and this is like that. So again we'll we will go in a deep detailed structure like this. From here arranges a long tubule structure called as, this is the structure of glomerular capsule. I will draw for you once again. Just this is glomerular capsule. So the blood which goes from the heart to the kidneys, they come like this. This is called as afferent arteriole, which the artery which goes to the kidney is called as afferent arteriole. And this artery is coiled around like this, coiled around like this, and it comes out through a artery only. It is called as efferent arteriole. This is afferent arteriole, this is efferent arteriole. This capillaries, this arteriole and this arteriole, in between there is a lot of capillaries. I mean, like capillaries are like, they divide into multiple branches. Arteries which divide into multiple branches are called as tuft of capillaries. This is a tuft of capillaries. This tuft of capillaries present in the glomerular capsule. This is glomerular capsule, we said, no? Glomerular capsule. The tuft of capillaries present in the glomerular capsule, they are called as Bowman's capsule. So from this, actually the thing happens is, when the blood comes like this, afferent arteriole come blood like this, and it goes outside like this. The blood which comes into the afferent arteriole, from this Bowman's capsule, there are a lot of pressure which makes the blood to move here, and from this the waste products like release here into this, and from this the waste products are released like this, and they go to all the tubules, and from the tubules they connected into tubules, and from here it moves outwards. Did you understand? So again we'll see this. Here the afferent arteriole comes like this. It is divided into multiple branches like this. This is afferent arteriole and comes out through, this is called outside afferent arteriole. This is efferent arteriole and this is afferent arteriole. From here lies the glomerular capsule, and from here the tubules arises, and here the waste material which is present all here, it is collected here. From here it goes to like this, from the all the tubules, and comes out from the nephron as urination. This is basic structure. And from the kidneys, the urine comes out like this, because nephrons are present here only. We don't see anywhere else nephron. From the kidneys, they come out through ureter. From the ureter, they pass through bladder. From the bladder, they come out through urethra. These are both are ureters, from the urinary bladder and urethra. Do you understand? Okay, again we will go to the front where the kidney structure I have explained you now. So the urine comes like this, all this way like this. It comes through urethra, it comes through ureter, These are ureters and this is urethra. they store in the bladder, and from the bladder they come out through urethra. So you can do this. And this bladder, from the bladder, the bladder is innervated by neurons. It is under control of brain. So that's why whenever we in a social places like cinema halls or classrooms or anywhere else temples, so it is under the tight control inhibition of the brain. So we don't void there, we don't void urination in some social places like that. Okay, so it is under the control of brain, and we have an urge to, whenever the bladder is full, whenever the bladder is high amount of urination, we have a urge to pass the urine, or else the urine is stored in the bladder, it may get bursted, or we may get urine infections also. And this is second process. Okay, and next I have told you all this bladder and all these things activities. This is up to this, and from there we will go to excretion and plants. So excretion in plants is mainly like it is mainly through there is a plant like this, it has multiple trees, multiple leaves. Okay, in the leaves, whenever the waste material is produced into the leaves, another waste material produced in the leaves may get shut down, I mean like it may get fall down onto the earth. This is one kind of waste elimination. And second thing is, whenever there is a hot temperature outside, this through a process called transpiration, like evaporation or transpiration, the air may pass over the tree, and all the waste material may get evaporated into the environment. Second process. And third process is, some of them they may excrete directly the root, from the roots into the soil, directly they may excrete into the soil. And something they on the tree, they have produced like a waste material like resins or gums. This process of from the xylem of the tree, they may produce some resins or gums, and this is also one of the waste materials, but we use for book or papers, or from materials like fevicol, they are prepared from these gums only. And this process of elimination from the plants is through the process. And also in the photosynthesis, we usually, the plants take carbon dioxide, they excrete oxygen, and this excreted oxygen is utilized by our human beings for our day-to-day metabolic activities. And this is up to excretion method. And please kindly suggest your juniors or your fellow being classes or any other teachers, just kindly comment in the chat box, so that how can I improve my subject, or to teach you, or to help you. This is my motto. And thank you guys, thank you. Just prepare the notes itself by yourself, just write in your notebook. And sorry for my side, I can't write neatly than this. I will try making do that, but kindly please understand. And thank you so much, thank you guys, thank you.